One could almost taste the onions Marilyn had fried to place in the scramble just from the aroma wafting into the backyard. Cousin Tom had already finished his eggs, without the onions, but with about a third of a bottle of ketchup, Krusty's pancakes, sweet cream butter, and Maryland's strawberry preserves. Marilyn and the kids would have Denver omelets. Thank you very much. Tom was into his boots, though they wasn't laced, as he pulled himself into the driver's side of his 1974 brown F-150 club cab. He was only going to walk from his pickup about 50 feet to the Chalmers Combine, which he would perch himself in for the next 6 hours before dropping back in for bologna sandwiches, tomato soup, iced tea, heirloom tomatoes, chocolate cake, vanilla ice cream, more iced tea, and of course, more iced tea. With his key mere inches from the ignition, Tom could see the back door swing open and Old Faithful stepping out in her tennis shoes. Marilyn gave a shout. "Tom, what is this letter? And did you check the messages last night? Sue Rolfe at Dr. Simonton's office in Auburn said you need to get in there as soon as you possibly can make it this morning." For a mere moment, frozen in time, Tom paused. As Marilyn's heart sank, as the gravity of the situation started to pull this family down into what would be great sadness and a very large struggle. Tom had been coughing for darn near 2 months. The combination of tobacco, fertilizers, pesticides, insecticides, herbicides in the air and in the groundwater was going to take down one hell of a good man. We got the news out on the coast in early October. Tom's condition was terminal. There would be only a couple of months before lung cancer would bring him to the grand comeuppance. This 55-year-old soybean farmer had worked every day of his adult life from sunrise until late in the evening. Except for a week or 10 days each year, he would pack up his kids and go to Disney World in Orlando. If he wasn't on his tractor, he was in the shop or fixing something for somebody. Or he was putting out a fire with the Nemaha County District 3 Volunteer Fire Department. Or he was selling Pioneer seed up north in Nebraska City. Or he was running a backhoe for the drainage jurisdiction down along the west bank of the Missouri. Or he was in the audience of a school band concert at Johnson High School. He had 5 kids, and they never missed a meal, never missed church, never missed school, and always had a clean and warm house in which they resided. It weren't fancy, and it wasn't no snap, but his hard work and the vigorous and compassionate assistance of the mightily lovely Marilyn resulted in the education and flowering of 5 outstanding young citizens. Every day, sun up to past sundown, Tom was a great American because he worked hard. Real hard. It was in the middle of November when we crossed the Kansas-Nebraska state line, having bypassed Wichita, because we was running out of time. I had the missus and my 3 kids packed into a fully loaded gray Volvo station wagon. Marilyn told us Tom was working the combine down in the bottomlands in the fields adjoining the nuclear power plant in Brownsville, just to the north, in the floodplain of the Missouri. We got there. Corn kept flying into the truck driven by his middle son, and he could see the dust rise from the packed Volvo as we approached on the Dyke Road. Tom made a swing around the end of the field, came up to the car, and then lifted my 3-year-old son into the seat of the combine and gave him a spin around the spread. 2 weeks later, Tom passed, and the country lost a great man and one hard-working son of a gun. Having had no older brother myself, Tom taught me one other summer, back in 1988, how to work and what hard work was. And he showed me, in his cowboy farmer way and drawl, that I reckon we best just get to it.